Hey guys, welcome to this video walkthrough. What we're going to do in this one is cover more on squeeze pages and sales pages. In the previous videos what I'd done was explain what a squeeze page is and what a sales page is and how they should be used for your online marketing and for building an email marketing list. And then we showed you a platform for doing that without any technical expertise in a subsequent video. But I appreciate that some of you will probably want to stick with WordPress. That's what we recommend you build your websites on, and it's very, very easy. So once you actually get into the learning curve of that, it may be easier for you just to stick with WordPress and use some software with WordPress that can give you squeeze pages and sales pages very, very easily. So what I want to do in this video is basically cover some options that in terms of software that you can actually use to do that, and then I'm going to show you some examples of that software in place on some of our websites, and you'll see how it works and how it operates and how we can edit pages and things like that. So the first option I want to show you is a piece of software called OptimizePress. At present, I think this is on OptimizePress 2.0. The version that we have is 1.0, so there's actually further features that they've released since then on this new website. But basically, OptimizePress is, if you know WordPress, you'll know that it's basically WordPress is the system, and then you apply a theme to that, and that gives you your sort of overall design, and then after that you can apply what are called plugins, which are little pieces of software that add functionality to the website. Now OptimizePress, a lot of people think OptimizePress is a plugin, like it's a piece of software. It's not, it's actually the overall theme for your website. So if you install something like this on your WordPress installation, you've got to be aware that this is going to basically override the theme that's already installed or be the main theme on your website. So if you do want to create a kind of full website and you've picked out a design like we've shown you how to, bear in mind that OptimizePress would overwrite that. So what you would want to do then is potentially register a new domain linked to the first domain. Say for instance our first domain is prosalesacademy.org. What we may do then is register prosalesacademy.info and launch sales pages and squeeze pages on that domain, so that the domains are similar, but the whole theme thing isn't conflicting when we go to install our main website with our blog and things like that, and then the OptimizePress theme which we'll use for squeeze pages and sales pages. You can have blogs using OptimizePress, don't get me wrong, but to me it doesn't look great in terms of an overall website. It's great for squeeze pages and sales pages, but in terms of like a sort of overall online marketing presence, to me you'd probably be better building a website standalone on WordPress and then having a separate entity for OptimizePress for your squeeze pages and sales pages. Anyway, just to show you what OptimizePress does, basically you can create landing pages. In other words, a squeeze page or an opt-in page as they're called. You can create membership portals, training courses and so on. You see some examples of the designs that they have in place. Let's just see if I can get some up. Just to show you the pricing as well. Most of you will just need the core package, and it's a one-time payment of $97, so that's fine. That gives you use of the themes up to 3 sites. You can go with the pro package or anywhere in between if you like. I'm just actually looking for some examples of the landing pages. It seems to be pretty hard to find, which isn't so good. Probably in the video. Anyway, you can watch the video on your own. It's optimizepress.com. Just to show you, OptimizePress is probably the biggest one in the industry in terms of providing these sales pages and squeeze pages. What I'm going to show you now is one of our WordPress installations where we've used OptimizePress for both a squeeze page and a sales page. You'll see here this is a sales page, so we've got our title up at the top, and then we've embedded a video that we've hosted on our video hosting platform. And then you've got, nice big bold call to action button. And you can choose, your different call to action buttons. It doesn't have to look like this. There's all sorts of different options, which I'll show you in just a second. And then we've got some content down the page on what the product's about, and a money back guarantee, and some examples, testimonials, another big button, frequently asked questions, and things like that. So if we wanted to change the look of this and just show you this, to basically show you how easy it is to do with Optimize Press once you plug it into WordPress, we just go to Edit Page at the top. And that'll take us into the editing area, the standard WordPress editing area. You notice within this page we've got the sort of base content, and then we have our sales excuse me, sales letter options. So what we can do is we can change the headline. So if we click into headline options, at the moment you'll see the headline is just why sales success is key to unlimited earning potential and an unrestricted lifestyle. If we want to change the font, they've got different options for that. You can change the color of that font if you wish, the font size, the weight of the font, style, and so on. Basically anything that you would want to do to that bold title, you can do. So if I wanted to change it maybe to impact as a font, you basically change it there and click update page. And then once we go to view the page, you'll see how the title has changed eventually. Okay, so we'll go view page, and there you see it's changed the font to the impact font, which is quite a popular one with internet marketers and so on. So if we go back in, I just want to show you as well that the call to action buttons, because that's quite something you might want to play around with. So if you go into the launch page or sales letter options page, that specifically controls this style of page that we've chosen in our page template here. There's all sorts of different templates you can just pick, and they will show you the template gallery up here, so you can basically see, a sales page. Here's what all the different sales pages can look like by default. Okay, so you've got plenty of options there, and they're all very professional. Potentially, I would think in Optimize Press 2, this is Optimize Press 1 as I've said, in Optimize Press 2 I'm sure the designs are even better now. I actually haven't checked it out because we kind of use another platform now as well for squeeze pages, but I'm sure they will look pretty cool. So you won't go far wrong with it. In the sales letter options then, if we go down to call to action or delayed button, get up here, button styling, we can choose from yellow buttons, red buttons, orange buttons. So say I want my button to say yes, let me in, and I want it to be the orange style. If I just click that, and then we will change the button styling to the red hand-drawn effect. And we want the credit card icons and PayPal included. Click the red hand-drawn effect. I've delayed the button by 60 seconds. We'll just do that to 2 seconds just so you can see it when it comes up. Then if we update the page, now Optimize Press will give you full kind of walk-in tutorials should you decide to purchase with them. So I just want to cover this very quickly so you can just see roughly how easy it is. It's not going to be a complete kind of walkthrough. So now we've made our change to the call to action button. If we scroll down below the video, you see the button has changed. It's still a very professional, slick looking button. And then if somebody clicks that button, they'll get redirected over to, in this case we use ClickBank for selling that ebook. So that is pretty much the sales page. What I want to show you now is the actual opt-in or squeeze page, or one of them that we use on this website. I'm choosing this one because I think it looks terrible, and I want to kind of show you how we can edit it, because it's very, very fussy at the minute. We don't actually use this one anymore. But basically you'll see that it's offering a free video series of training in return for somebody entering their email address and joining our email list. And you'll see in the other video I explained how you go about setting up an email management tool. We recommended MailChimp in that. So you can see the walkthrough of that and how you can go about doing that. But basically if somebody signs their email up here, it just automatically gets added to our database over at MailChimp, and then we can begin to market to the people who have joined our list in exchange for this. This is like a 5-video mini series of sales training, so it's quite a substantial package of training. In the same way that we were on the sales page and we just clicked edit page, if we want to edit this squeeze page, we just click edit page, and that will take us into the usual editing area of WordPress. Now, instead, when you scroll down, instead of going to the launch page and sales letter option here, we will go to squeeze page options, because that's the type of template that we've chosen for this page over here. So we've got squeeze page 10 that we're using here. So if we do the drop down here, what I want to change first of all is the headline option, because I think there's too much going on. We'll go to the headline. Free today, the system I use to achieve top sale. We'll just cut out the last bit of it. I also think the font size is too big, so we're going to make that smaller. Just go 40. I'm going to change that to Arial font. We're going to make it bold. Leave it as italic. We'll leave the spacing as is. So that's fine. Then I'm going to click update and then go back to the page, and you'll see how just by changing that, the feel of the page has changed. Okay, so we'll click view page, and there you see it's slightly less fussy because we've used a different font. We've cut down on the words. I would want to cut down on this subsequent below heading text as well, and probably just cut out the last bit of it altogether, and then probably change the font of the free instant access so it's less busy as well. The key with sales pages, or sorry, squeeze pages and sales pages, is to really just get to the point as quickly as you can. Write a title which is eye-catching but not too long, so maybe over 2 or 3 lines, and basically, as I say, gets to the point. So it's basically, free today, the system I use to achieve a top sales conversion rate. So people coming onto the page who want to get better at sales are thinking, right, this is free, it's a system, so it's kind of step by step, or you could use a word like blueprint. The blueprint I use to achieve a top sales conversion rate, and then an explanation of what they're going to get and what I want them to do, which is basically enter their email below for instant access, click the instant access button, and they'll get access to it. And as we covered in the last video, that's basically the point of the squeeze page. But you see how easy it is to edit that using Optimize Press. The other system that we used, or I showed you how to use in the previous video, which is Megaphone, is actually easier to use. But there's slightly less options, I suppose. Within each template, you've only got maybe 6 or 7 different options that you can change. That's really all you need. Having said that, so on a squeeze page, all you really need to change is the headline, the call to action button, the image, and what you're basically asking them for. So that's really all you need. Megaphone is a great one to use, but as I say, if you want to stick to WordPress, Optimize Press is a good one, and they've got this new version out, which is great. If that doesn't jump out at you, there are other options out there. Best thing to do is go into Google and search for alternatives to Optimize Press, and it'll bring up a list of alternatives. One of these alternatives is Premise. Now, I have not used Premise, so I can't vouch for it, but they're a fairly big outfit. Premise is part of the Studio Press and Copy Blogger group of companies. So you can get themes with Studio Press on the Genesis framework, and Premise is basically their landing page template system. It'll be very similar to Optimize Press. To me, I gotta say, I don't think it's as professionally designed as Optimize Press or Megaphone. I think in terms of design, I think Megaphone is the best one, then Optimize Press, although I've yet to see what Optimize Press kind of has in store, and then Premise is to me, I've got to be honest and say, the landing pages and the features look a little bit amateurish to me. If I were to come onto a landing page built on Premise, it doesn't have quite the polish that the other ones do. But it's an option, so feel free to check into it, read some reviews and comparison steps and so on. So those are a few different options that you can use. As I say, we recommend Megaphone. It's just click by click simple. Optimize Press is to me the best WordPress version of that, if you want to stick with WordPress, and there are all other alternatives out there, so feel free to check them out. But that is really what I kind of wanted to cover. If you want to stick to WordPress to build your squeeze pages and sales pages, that's the way to do it. It's pretty simple. And as I say, any of those packages that you buy, say for instance from Optimize Press, will have walkthrough videos. They'll make it easy for you. So hopefully that was of help. Let me know if you have any queries or need any extra recommendations based on those platforms. Just pop in your query into the comments box below. I'll get back to you. But just wanted to cover that for you, just to give you that alternative option for your squeeze pages and sales pages. So see you in the next video.